Well, today we are going to study about radical equations. So what are radical equations? Well, a radical equation is any algebraic or mathematical equation that involve an expression in the form of the square root of n to the x. Any equation that you see involve expression in the form of the square root or the cubic root. In this case, will be the n root of x, because could be any root, could be the cubic root, the fourth root, the fifth root. No, and in a radical expression is composed for three parts. No, the n is your index. Normally is the square root, the cubic root, the fourth, the fifth root. Then you have the radical symbol that is like this check with a line, vertical or horizontal line. And then you have the radicand. The radicand can be a number, no, as we have there, the square root of 25, or also could be a polynomial, the square root of x plus 3. Because you can have anything under the radicand, but because we are doing algebra, we let's restrict to a number or a coefficient or a polynomial. As I already said, radical expressions involve roots, the square root, the cubic root, etc. Radical expressions are simplified by factoring or factorization. No, we did that before when we work in complex numbers. You have the square root of 12. 12 don't have a perfect square root. Then you broken down in two factors, the square root of 4 times 3. And then applying the product property. After I end with that, I will put these two properties that we use for radical equations. No, we can divide this multiplication and these two products, no, of factors, the square root of 4 and the square root of 3, and then the square root of 4 is 2, and the final answer will be 2, the square root of 3. Rationalizing the denominator. We don't want denominators with the square roots. So what we do is we multiply the numerator and denominator for whatsoever is the radical expression in the denominator. No, you can see you have 12 times the square root of 3 and 3 times the square root of 3. 3 times the square root of 3 times the 3 times the square, I mean, 3, the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, this way, is equal to the square root of 9. And then in the denominator, you have 12 times the square root of 3. The square root of 9 is 3. No? And you can write this also as 12 over 3 times the square root of 3. And because that, you can simplify the numerator and denominator, 3 ones and 3, but 4 times and 12. And the final answer will be 4, the square root of 3. And that is very important because that is one of the things that we will work today. No, any rational equation cannot be equal to a negative number. No, every time that you see a rational expression that is equal to a negative number, you don't do nothing. No solution. And we will see today an example of that. All radical equations should be equal to 0 or a positive number, but never nonetheless a negative number. But there is a possibility that even there is equal to a negative number, you can still process the equation, but you are your answer will be extraneous. And we will learn in a minute what extraneous means. Any questions about this part? No? Can I raise? Or somebody online? Let's see. No, nobody online. I have to ask. So let me erase all this and let me talk about two more things. As I explained, no, we cannot have radical expressions with negative. A good example would be the square root of 8t plus 4 is equal to negative 10. That is a why? Because a rational equation can never have an answer as a negative 10, a negative number. Why? Because we need to prove, even if you have a equation that is equal to a positive number of 0, you still have to take the proof in the end if the answer is extraneous or not. What means extraneous? You know, if we try to rationalize this equation, no, and the only way to take the radical from this equation is raising the square root to the power of 2. We will learn this before. Raising a number to the second power or a quadratic power is the same to taking the square root of the number. No, will be the same also. No, 3 times 3, no, that's not the case. Sorry. I cannot use this example. 125, 5 times 5, yeah. Is it the same? No. 5. It's the same thing. 5 times 5 is 25 times 5 is 125. So they are opposite equations. So one cancel the other. You understand what to say? It's the same thing when we have, for example, 8t plus 4 is equal to 0. And to solve for t, what is the first thing you have to do?
Subtract.
Why you subtract?
You need to get it separate.
But what is the main idea to subtract 4 from here?
With the positive.
Exactly. You're doing always the opposite equation to cancel the 4. That will be minus 4 and minus 4. And these two guys cancel. That is the same thing. The raising a number to the second power cancel the square root of a number, or in vice versa, raising a number or taking the square root of the whole number cancel raise a number to the second power. Both equations are opposite. Everybody understand that? That is the reason the only way to solve that would be to raise the whole thing to the second power. This part of the equation, and then this part of the equation. Even the answer is no solution, but I want to show you why. So when you do that, what happens? The second power that you're raising everything will cancel the index because both equations are opposite. And then you end it with 8 7 plus 4 is equal to 100, because negative 10 times negative 10 is 100. Then you do what we said, we subtract 4 from both sides. When you do that, you end it that 8d is equal to 96, and you divide both sides by 8, no, by 8, the answer is 12. No, t is equal to 12. So that's supposed to look like a real answer. See, and you can say, Mr. Camacho, you said that there's no solutions. Well, this solution is to know if this solution is right or not, we need to plug this number in the original equation. Can I erase that? So let's do that. You have the square root, no, of 8 times 12 plus 4 equals negative 10. So the square root, 8 times 12 is 96. Everybody agree with that? Plus 4 is 100. The square root of, and then you go, the square root of 100 is 10. 10 is not equal to negative 10. You agree with that? Anybody understand why 10 is not equal to negative 10?
Is that negative?
Well, there's two different numbers. Because if you have your number line, and that is your 0, your negative 10 is here, and your 10 is here. It's two different numbers. So when we're doing inequalities on absolute value, we have to take this in consideration to do our equations. But because this answer is not wrong, we can say that 12 is an extraneous solution. And every time that you have a extraneous solution, the equation have no solution. And I give you the example, no? Why? You don't have to go to here and do that to find out that there is no solution. In the moment that you see a negative sign in front of the answer, you know that the whole thing don't have solution, and I prove you why. So don't waste your time in the exam, in the quiz. If you see something like that, go to the next. Choose no solution and go to the next. Because even though you get a solution, will be extraneous solution, a solution that will not satisfy the equation. Any question about that? Let me erase, I can erase that, first of all. Everybody copy? So let me go to our next, that was the question number 2 in your assignment. I just did question number 2. Question number 1, no, in the assignment says, when an apparent solution does not satisfy the original equation is called, how is called?
Extraneous.
Exactly. Because we just did, no? We plug the answer in the original equation and was not satisfied because 10 is not equal to negative 10. So the answer will be extraneous. And that is your first question in your assignment. They were asking for this question, you know the answer. But you know what extraneous means because I just given the example. Any question, please, you have a question, ask your question because guys, that will be in the test. Will be 3 of these equations in the test. No? Okay. Let me know when I can erase to go to the next. Take your time. I don't push on. Okay. So your notes are very important. Let's do question number, the next question that you will see in your test. What happens when you have the square root of 2x minus 1 equals 5? So it's again, no, the way to solve this equation is to raising both sides to the power of 2 because the index is 2. In the index will be 3, will be raised both sides to the third power. If the index is 4, raise both sides to the fourth power because will be the opposite equation. So because it's the square root, I put my parentheses and I put the square root of 2x minus 1 close parenthesis equals open parenthesis 5 to the second power. So now, what will be the next step? Next step is to cancel the power of 2 of the parentheses, will cancel the index 2, and I have now that 2x minus 1 is equal to 25, because 5 to the second power is 25. Then, after that is a linear equation. No, you need to isolate the x. Then what you do is you will have to add 1 to both sides. So you have that 2x is equal to 26. You divide both sides by 2. And you know that x is equal to 13. So let's try to see if this, because you have an answer means that you need to test if that is a right answer or extraneous answer. And sometimes you will have 2 answers. Because I will put my original equation. No, let me move closer to have a space. You have the square root of 2 times 13 minus 1 is equal to 5. So the answer is 13. So you have the square root of 2 times 13 is
26.
minus 1, 25 equal 5. What is the square root of 25? Then 5 equal 5. You know that this answer is right. Because satisfy 5 is equal to 5. Satisfy the original equation. And you should do it all equations. That gives you peace of mind. Because sometimes the one thing kill your test is second thoughts. You begin to think, did I write in second form or no? In this way, you know that you're right. You don't have to come back. You already verify your answer. Also, you verify all your answers. You already know your grade before I correct your exam. So you go to the next.
Yes.
Can I erase? Okay. Be sure. So let's go to see another example that you will see in your assignment. The assignment only have 5 questions. There's another example that you will see in your assignment is the square root of x squared minus x minus 9 equals x plus 5. How we proceed? The same way. Number one, because you need to remove this radical from there, you raise both sides of the equation to the second power. Because it's quadratic, it will be cubic, you raise both sides of the equation to the third power, and so on. So you have the square root of x squared minus x minus 9. And here you have x plus 5, bless you, to the second power. So here, these two will cancel the index. No, the exponent cancels the index. And you, in this side, in the left side of the equation, you end with x squared minus x minus 9. How you solve this right side? We did this before. We did in factorization, we did in rational numbers, polynomials.
Don't you separate them?
Exactly,
The x
because
squared and 5 squared?
how many? No.
No?
You're very close. You are 99%. Come on, keep thinking. She says separated. Who can build up over her answer? How you separate them? How many sets of x plus 5 you have there?
Two.
Two. So what I
So you
need
do
to...
it twice.
Exactly.
Parentheses, x plus 5 and
Exactly.
x plus 5.
Exactly. Very good. X plus 5, x plus 5. And now, because that is equal to say 5 to the second power, it will be 5 times 5. The same thing we did here. You multiply twice the same number or the same algebraic expression. Just to solve this power, we have to FOIL. You have a x squared minus x minus 9 is equal to x times x will be x squared. Everybody agree with that? And then x times 5 will be plus 5x. And 5 times x will be plus 5x. And positive 5 times positive 5 will be plus 25. You write again x squared minus x minus 9. X squared, and then you can simplify the middle term because are like plus 5 plus 5x plus 5x with plus 10x plus 25. At this point, I have two trinomials in both sides. And you can say, well, Mr. Camacho, we can try to simplify them. I will recommend, first of all, try to cancel everything you can cancel before try to do any equation. For example, we agree that in mathematics, by tradition, we have all the x's in the left and we have all the numbers in the right. Well, we can subtract minus x squared minus x squared. What happens when you subtract from both sides minus x squared? You cancel, you read it out. Now, the only thing you have is negative x minus 9 is equal to 10 plus 25. Make our life more simple, less complicated. 10 plus 25. What else you can do? Sorry,
The 10x.
Thank you.
I was going to say, where did the x go?
Exactly. We cannot
Guessed
eat up.
it.
So what we do next? We try to move the 10x to the other side. Because I need to subtract 10 from both sides. 10x minus 10x. Remember, it's a 1 in front of this x. The leading coefficient is 1. We don't write the 1, but it's there. So you have here 1, negative 1x minus 10x. Remember, when you have two negatives, it's like you are adding together these numbers, but the answer will be negative. Then you have negative 11x minus 9 is equal to 25 only. Now you can move the 9 to the other side, and to do that, I will add 9 to both sides. I'll make a line here to continue because I'm at the end. First, these 9s cancel, and then you have positive 25 times 9 will be
Plus 9.
positive 25 plus 9,
34.
34. Because now the only thing I have is negative 11x, no, is equal to 34. And the last part will be subtract 11 for both sides, negative 11, sorry. Negative 11. And when you do that, your answer will be x is equal to negative 34 over 11. And don't bother you to simplify that because 11 is a,
Negative. Oh, it's a
start with the P,
prime number.
prime number. There is no two numbers that can divide them even. It will be a 33 will be different.
So you wouldn't subtract it like you did the other side?
Yeah, that's what I was about
The
to ask.
11x, the 11 is not gonna subtract from 34?
Well,
Because we subtracted
okay,
11
let's
from
go
the
back.
x.
Let's go back here.
That's
Because
gonna be a-
after we cancel all, we have negative 11x equal 25. This 11 is being multiplied to x. What will be the opposite equation? To simplify this, to remove or isolate this x, what I need to do with this negative 11?
We divide.
We divide because we are multiplying. In this case, you see negative plus there, but in this case, when they are being multiplied, the opposite equation will be divide to remove this 11 from there because now you have negative 11 in the numerator, negative 11 denominator, they cancel, but also you have to do the same thing in the other side. And then you have x is equal to negative. It doesn't matter what you put in negative. No, 34 minus 11. If you put the negative in 34, how much is 34 negative 44 negative 34 divided by 11?
It's a decimal.
But yeah,
So it doesn't divide, basically.
well, what will be the answer in decimal?
Negative 3.09.
Negative 3 point. Now divide 34 divided by negative 11.
Same one.
The same one. And if you divide first of all 34 by 11 and you put the negative in front, so it doesn't matter where the negative goes. The answer will be negative either way. So some people say, but Mr. Camacho, why you move the negative from the bottom to the middle? It doesn't matter what you put. If you want to keep the negative there, you can do it. Because in the end, the answer will be negative. You got it? Any
So that
question?
doesn't, that's what will be our answer on our assignment.
Well,
not-
that is the problem. If you have the negative there and you put in front and the assignment says wrong, put backward the negative ones. Because sometimes that is they promise to fix that. No, my MATLAB, because I tell to them, guys, doesn't matter where you put the negative. See, most of the people that sell and come to our meetings are self-representative. Sometimes these people don't have,
They don't know what they're selling.
well, they sell all the books on it for biology teachers, math teachers, but they don't have an idea of math. So I have to show to them what's going on, and they pass this information to the people that program the books to change the outcome. Because I said my students are confused, and I'm happy with that. Your answer has to be straightforward. Doesn't matter where you put the negative. To that, they promise that they fix it. Let's see when you do your assignment. Any question? Let's see if that is extraneous or not. And okay, what is the answer again? Negative what?
3.09.
3.009. Okay, if you plug this and you have negative 3.09 squared minus 3.09. No, minus 9. You do this part of the equation. Somebody, well, I did already, but you want to do it, you are welcome to do it. That is equal to this will be, that part of the equation will be is equal to, let's have to see here. Okay, it's equal to the square root of 3.64. The square root is equal to 3.64. Just and if you, I did all this equation and the answer. Well, let's do this first. Somebody can say, you know how to do calculator? The square root. And you have iPhone, put 3.64 and then click the square root. But your calculator, better you use your calculator because you cannot use the iPhone and the test. What is your answer?
1.907.
Okay, 9. Okay, it's 9.
07.
It's 9?
No, 1.9.
Okay, let's see. 1.9. Give me the order of zeros. You got it with the decimal? What will be with decimal?
1.907.
0.7.
Hmm.
Okay, and you need to round this one. What will be the answer? Will be 1.91. So it's, and we know that the let me plug this in the correct way. And then in the other side, you have negative 3.09 plus 5. Somebody can put this in your calculator, please. Equal. Because that is that we did the left side, the right side will be 9. How much?
1.91.
It's the same. You agree with that? That you know that this answer is correct because satisfy the original equation. See what they did? They replaced 3.09 here, here, and here. Anybody see that? We did first of all the left side, and we calculate that's 1.9 rounding. And then we do the right side, that is 3 point, because x is equal to 3.09, negative 3.09 plus 5, and you have also 1.91. That's what you have to do when you're doing your test. Immediately to be sure that you know that the answer is correct, because if these two answers are not correct, even though there is no negative, no solution. Anybody understand this part? Any question?
It's just a lot.
Mhm.
That's a lot to shake,
Yeah, well,
just to shake your answer.
Yes, that's math. And in math, that's called proofs. No, you one day want to get your master's in mathematics, you have to do this stuff all the time. But talking about a equation that sometimes is 2 times long than this one. See, while you keep your signs together, you're okay. Because you see, I put negative 309 squared minus 3.09 minus 9. I get all this number and I get 3.64. And then I take the square root and round it to 3 digits. Then I went and I add the second part, negative 3.09 plus 5, and I get the same number.
Which answer are we going to submit on our tests? The
And
fraction?
yes,
Okay,
but
because
again,
now I'm like, okay, we have to find a decimal, my brain is just,
yeah, but the point is they give you 3 options in every question.
okay.
And one of the options is no solution.
So
So
they're multiple choice,
yeah,
okay.
let me check again. Let me check. Let me go to, I don't know if I have the original equation. Yeah. In every one, well, in 1, 2, and 3, no, in 4, yeah, in all they have a second option is there is no a real solution. The only way to know it is doing the proof. Now remember, our test is Wednesday.
Wait.
No, Tuesday, sorry. You have 2 days to take the test, Tuesday and Thursday. That means you come Tuesday, you start the test,
Mhm.
and you go as far as you can go. Then if you don't recall more, you give me your test back this day with an X in the top, and you can Thursday, you need to finish your test. So that give you the opportunity to go back to home and re-study the ideas or the skills that you forget. That is the reason tomorrow you have opportunity to start your practice test. And you can take this test as many times as you want. And every time that you take the practice test in Blackboard, will give you a grade. This grade don't affect your overall. It's only to let you know where you are. I need to study more. I need to study more. You can take again the test and again the test. And it's the same test that you will see Tuesday. Only different numbers. Same scenario, no surprises. So it's up to you to how much you want to have in the test. No? I'm giving you the tools. Plus Monday, no, sorry. Yeah, Tuesday we cannot have the test. Tuesday, I will go and there's a point. Yeah, we'll have to skip the practice test. No, the study guide. Because the study guide is already in Blackboard. It's a video plus a PDF. And the same thing is in Blackboard, but it's a practice test, it's a real test. And there is the same equation that you will see when you take your test Tuesday. Same thing. So you go, you practice this weekend, and you go and you will see, shoot, what I did wrong. So you can go back to your notes, oh, I did wrong in this one. Because the practice test encompass everything that we have learned until now. But you have a printer in your home. You can print my study guide. And what the study guide is, I answer every question of the test one by one and explain how to solve. Like we're doing right now. Imagine we're doing right now.
See, a fall practice.
Yeah, it's the same. 25?
24,
Well, there is a 25 also there. It's not there?
I'm looking,
Okay.
there's a lot.
I will be sure that I will have all the practice tests together. Press by the button. But I will put, yesterday I was moving things around to have all things together. But it's there because I was sure yesterday that the practice test is there. You see it? Let me see the computer. Okay, where is the practice test 24? Yeah, keep going down. Polynomials. No, yeah, you have to go because we start covering. I need to organize this. I organize everything. Factoring, we did factoring, keep going. Keep going. Complex numbers, the scientific notation, you have to go all this stuff. We don't have to do this semester, this scientific notation.
Thank you.
Quadratic formulas, keep going. Then you have solving equations. Yeah, a skill quiz. More in depth.
Right.
Radical we're doing right now.
Yes.
You have them interval notation, you keep going. Yeah, that is the other one I have to do today. Absolute value, they're right there, you see?
It's at the, almost at the very
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah,
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom, yeah.
yeah. And that is the same thing that you
Yeah.
have is,
Bring 25 example instead again.
yeah. And I will do the 26 version. We are the same, but I will do it.
It says spring 25. but-
Yeah, I will put next to them a Spring 26, next to the 25. So you have both versions of the to study plus the practice test. Because the practice test is a copy of the test, is what you will see Tuesday. Exactly, same thing. So if you go through both, you will be ready for Tuesday. Any questions about
The
that?
practice says,
It will be today. Tomorrow is not yet there, but will be in Blackboard.
the full review exam 1.
Yeah, you can go through all the
Spring
stuff
24. I
because
just wanna make sure they're for the right exam.
yeah, it's the same exam or every year I do the new version.
Okay.
So you have 24, 25, and I will do 26 also. Will be next to the 25. The study guide or review will be next to the 25.
Okay.
So you have 25, 26, 25, 24, plus the practice test. For me, that is the most powerful tool. Because the practice test is the real test, is the actual test, it's one of the copies. No, the study guide is another copy of the test. I work the test, I don't work the mini review or the full review, I work the actual test.
Okay.
So you know what is there. I go to the last one. Everybody copy that? How much time we have? 10 for you.
We have 30 minutes.
Oh, praise God, we have enough time. Yeah. So let me do the last one, and then let's start doing inequalities. So the last question that I want to show to you guys today is this one. You have a 2 plus the square root of 8, 1 minus 7, that is equal to x. Yeah, it's equal to x. That is your equation. Now we have something different that we don't have before there. What you can see different?
The multiplication. Wherever.
Well, you have a 2 in front of the whole thing. See that? So before taking the square root, we need to move this 2 to the other side. And to do that, you subtract 2 from here and subtract 2 from here. So when you subtract both sides, you have now only the square root of, sorry, that was 8x. 8x minus 7. Oh, sorry for that. Is equal now to x minus 2. We move the 2 to the other side. Now you do the same thing that you did before. They rise to the second power, the square root of 8x minus 7, but also rise to the second power x minus 2. Same process. And you know that, sorry, I forgot to put the 2 there. You know that the exponent 2 cancel the index 2, they cancel together. So you end here with x. Let me try to go to this side of the board to have a space. 8x minus 7 is equal. And how you do the
X minus 2 times x.
exactly x minus 2, x minus 2. So you have here 8x minus 7 is equal to x squared. And if you need explanation what I'm doing, please stop me. X squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4. Everybody understand what I did? Foiling? Okay.
Oh,
A-
you foiled,
Yeah,
sorry.
x and x is x squared minus 2x, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. So now what we'll do is I will simplify, try to simplify as I move. Minus 7 is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So what I will do here, I will try to complete this trinomial. Now, how I complete, I will begin to move things around. I will subtract 8x from both sides. So when I do that, let me go to the other side of the board. If I subtract 8x from both sides, now I have negative 7 is equal to x squared. No, negative 4x minus 8x, you have two negatives, will be
Yeah.
A negative 12.
negative 12. Very good. Negative 12x, and you have your plus 4. And then I will add 7 to both sides. When I do that, that becomes to be 0 is equal to x squared minus 12x plus 11. And I have a quadratic trinomial with leading coefficient.
0. Oh, wait.
I have a quadratic trinomial with leading coefficient
1.
1, because if you
Oh,
don't have,
that x squared.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
if you don't have a leading coefficient,
Zero.
you know that it's 1 by default. So that means shortcut. So you have 0 is equal parentheses, parentheses. No? And you multiply positive 11 times 1 is positive 11. I need two numbers that when I add them together, or when I multiply them together, will give me positive 11, but when I add the same numbers, I give you a negative 12.
11 and 1.
Exactly. So you put square root of x squared is x minus 1 minus 11. Minus 1 minus 11 is minus 12, but minus 1 times minus 11 is positive 12. And sorry, it's positive 11, not 12. So that is the solution, but we need to set this to 0 to see what is the value of x. The first one, you have x minus 1 equals 0. You add 1 to both sides. X is equal to
1.
1. And the other one, you have x minus 11 equals 0. If you add 11 to both sides, x is equal to
11.
11. You need to choose which one is the answer. The only way to do it is applying, no? I will do a summary because for time, no? I put 2 plus 8 times 1 minus 7 is equal to x. You see the x there? And you have to put the equation before even moving the 2, because that is the original equation. 2 plus the square root of 8x minus 7 equal x. That was the original equation. Because I'll put the x is 1. If you do all this equation, no, you will get that you have a 2, you have a 8 times 1 is
8,
minus 7.
1.
So it's 2 plus the square root of 1, no, is equal to 1. So what is the square root of 1? So it will be 2 plus 1 equals 1. And if you simplify in the end, put here, you're saying that 3 is equal to 1. That is true? Because 2 times 1 is
2.
times 1.
That's
Sorry.
plus
Yeah.
Sorry, it's me, my fault. 2 plus 1 is
3.
3.
equal to 1.
No, 3 is not equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know that 1 is not the answer. See, with this very straightforward equation.
We just got lost in the translation
But-
part of that. Sorry.
Well, that 2 plus 1 is
We were
1.
stressing.
Yeah, but you understand?
Mhm.
Yes.
And you do the same thing with the second, with 2 plus, no, you have a 8 times 11 minus 7 is equal to 11. And you go here, there's 2. 8 times 11 is
88.
88 minus 7.
81.
So it's 2 times the square root of 81 is equal to 11. No, 2 plus is plus. 2 plus, what is the square root of 81?
9.
2 plus 9 is 11. Do you agree with that? So that is the answer.
Okay.
So the answer would be 11. That is your answer. This one is disqualified because 3 is not equal to 1. You see that? So that is you have two of these kind of equations in the test. But you need to start, I'm giving you, see, I'm broken this down piece by piece. Did you know where every number comes from? In the book, they go from here to there. God bless
Yeah.
you. But I doing the equation from you. So any questions about radical expressions? No? Okay. With this, we finish our assignment of radical expressions. And that again will be in the exam.